People are here, MarineMax, Panama City Beach, standing on a fresh trade-in, the Unsinkable Legend, the Boston Whaler 345 Conquest. The Conquest is the expedition boats for Boston Whaler, being the sport utility vehicle of the sea. We've got an opportunity for the dance floor, as we call it, in the back to have plenty of open room to fish, with your tow rails integrated into the storage here with the cleats on either side. This one specifically has an upgrade to have optional seating where we could flip out this nice overbuilt bench seat at the rear, as well as a nearly beam wide bench seat. But if we wanted to keep those seats put away, whether we're not cruising and we're fishing, we could fish four corners with our Trip 350 Verados with joystick piloting. Joystick piloting, for those of you that are familiar with the Whaler brand and Mercury in general, will know that that's an opportunity to be easier to get on and off the docks, a lot more comfortable, a lot more convenient. Whether it's a windy day or you've just got a tight slip to get into, the joystick will also allow you to do heading hold, like an autopilot feature, right out of the box, even without electronics, or also the skyhook feature. Skyhook meaning we can hold a location, whether we're fishing a spotter or waiting for our spot in the fuel line. The Conquest, being the sport utility of the boats, or sport utility of the boating world, has a huge workstation here. Table clicks in front of that seat. We open up that box and we got access to generator, air conditioning strainers, bilge pumps, batteries, huge in-floor insulated fish boxes either side, self-bailing drains, and we'll probably take a break, kick Andy up here into the boat so we can take a better look at what's inside the cockpit. Come on aboard. So we're going to step our way into the cockpit and take a look at some of the other features the boat has to provide, but one thing I didn't want to miss as we step in is the summer kitchen. We take the Strataglass off, and I knock on that just to be clear like isinglass, but the Strataglass is thicker. I don't remember the millimeter measurement, but this stuff stays nicer, clearer, crisper, longer. We look down below, we've got the step that if we're in that rear facing bench seat hanging out because the weather's nice and we've taken the Strataglass off, depending on what we're catching, or we're hanging out of the island and want to cook some lobster tails, pull that switch, come out here. We've got a cutting board made out of starboard, and we also have our Kenyan electric grill, little prep station there next to it. But we'll pull that switch, swing that back, and step in. Something to think about with this boat being a sport utility vehicle of the sea is if it's a cool day, we can hide out inside, stay away from the elements, stay away from the weather, use the air conditioning and or the heat in below in the cockpit. If it's a nice day like today where the weather's a little bit cooler and we're not as worried about heat or air conditioning, take these off. These would get stowed up above. Don't forget that power sunshade. And we can come into the cockpit and see the plethora of space and electronics. We've got a elevated helm seat for the captain here to the starboard side, just forward of the wet bar, freshwater sink, and refrigerator. To the port side, we've got a rear-facing lounge, air conditioning vents, access to the battery switches, and that flip-flop giant seat that would have been rear-facing, now forward-facing, so you can see what's going on ahead of us. We come to the helm of the boat, and there's no shortness of electronics. Something that's worth noting is this boat has extended warranty purchased through Brunswick and Passport. It's got extended warranty on the engines, extended warranty on the boat motor and electronics and components from bow to stern, and it has an extended warranty on the generator. All of those items going out till 2024, so you've got the safety of a new boat on a pre-owned boat that's going to have warranty for a really, really long time. When we talk about the electronics, we've got a neat install here. We've got twin Raymarine Axiom 16s. These are the glass panel touchscreens. A couple key features to look at as we pan across is our traditional 1 kW trip transducers with a Real Vision Raymarine 3D transducer, so that if we're cruising right now, not real exciting because we're sitting over the same spot, but we could move over and see what fish we've passed over. We've got our charts, and we've got our FLIR thermal camera. As an expedition boat, it's a boat that you could run safely offshore, but we've got a camera that's going to pan and tilt. There goes the golf cart. Not something you see offshore very often, but it's going to be able to safely run out in the morning or at night, or even if you're running overnight to do a trip to Tampa, a trip to the Bahamas, a trip to just go out fishing and be at your spot before anybody else gets there. On top of this twin 16-inch screens, the 1 kW transducers, the 3D structure scan, the FLIR camera, we've got open air ray radar. It's not spooled up yet, so that's going to take a minute, but we've got an open air ray Raymarine 4 kW radar. If you're not a huge fan of completely touchscreen, they've alleviated that, and we've got controller joysticks here that can control either screen, just as if it had the Axiom on the side. We've got your external card readers down here, down below, that if we wanted to put in a new chip or hide my waypoints, all paired in with trim tabs and active engine trim. And yes, baby, we got joystick. As I stated before, it is air conditioned at the helm. We got air conditioning vents for the driver and for the passengers. But we're going to take a step down below and take a look at why everybody wants to jump on the Conquest. Let me see the cabin. So we pan up. As you step down to the cockpit or the galley down below, you can see the aft cabin and mid-berth. Andy's panning over the switches, our TV flat screen there, access to breakers. We'll pan over and you can see into the separated closed door bathroom and shower, full macerated head with holding tank and pump out station. We've got a kitchenette with Kenyan cooktop, sink and basin, microwave, cabinet storage, as well as refrigerator on our marble top counter. Some cedar oak cabinets as we pan over. We've got access to the forward V berth up front where I'm sitting. Something I'm looking as I look around is we've got all that sexy accent lighting. These lights aren't on right now, but I think we've got good natural lighting. We do have the blue accent lights on to set the mood. Turn on a little Barry Manilow or maybe some Isaac Hayes. Something you may not be able to see from your seat there is we've got two 110 volt chargers, as well as two auxiliary inputs and two 12 volt plug-ins behind the seats there. Something to be aware of with this V berth up front is the innovation from Boston Whaler. We had the aft cabin where we could lay down and lay in the mid berth, but we have a wraparound couch where I can come over, eat dinner on this high gloss table, and join my friends and family with 4 to 6 people if we like each other. But if it's time to go to bed, it's time to take a break, kids go in the back, there's a privacy curtain that pulls up, there's a trundle bed that Andy's actually sitting on right now that's just to the starboard side. But what's neat about this one here is this table will sink down into level space here. The outside cushions come together and the backrest fill that out. So we've got a nice full to queen size bed up front, air condition controlled, thermostat controlled, could lay back, watch TV, close the blinds if I'd like, could be comfortable down here on my expedition grade sport utility vehicle of the water. Tongue twister. Incredible vessel. It's a 2018 Boston Whaler 345 Conquest. Awesome opportunity to have a boat that you can overnight, you can fish, you could cruise, you could cook, you could go to the island, you get more time with the kids, get more times with the spouse. Check us out at MarineMax.com. This boat's available with the full listing, pictures, warranty information as far as electronics, itemized and information. But MarineMax.com is the best place that you can jump on and see what's available in our inventory. YouTube, if you like our videos, our content, and our channel, be sure to like and subscribe so you get more access to our content. But my name's Caleb Peevler. This is the Boston Whaler 345 Conquest. I appreciate your time. I appreciate you coming through the vessel with us. Give us a call at 850-708-1317 and get in on the action.